Hi friends, DiskoWizardYogi here, and today we are talking about the most popular pose of poses. We are talking about downward facing dog. Are you down dog to learn about this pose? I know you are. What am I? Down dog. Okay, sorry. Bad joke. I'm cool with it. Let's talk about downward facing dog. Real quick, I need to prep you that there is so much to this pose. So I need you to be patient with yourself, open-minded, receptive, and as always, playful. We're gonna start off in a tabletop. Tabletop is the foundational pose that gets you to downward facing dog. I've taught people that have foot injuries, leg injuries, and downward facing dog just isn't in their repertoire just yet. Tabletop is what will get you there. Let's go ahead and start off there so I can show you what I mean. So, in this tabletop, I have my knees underneath my hips and my palms and wrists underneath my shoulders. Okay, from there I'm gonna have you tuck your toes and lift your knees. See how that feels. If this is feeling okay, go ahead and take a round of breath. From there, bring the knees down, and let's say you're ready for downward facing dog. I just wanted to show you that just in case you have some foot issues, and we could just know that you can do something if downward facing dog isn't there. We go to tabletop and we work those lifting of the legs, eventually strengthening the feet and the legs to lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Another thing before down dog is where your hands are. So wrists, pain is probably the most common complaint in downward facing dog, especially if you're not used to it. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is extend your arms and externally rotate them to where your index finger is pointing towards the corner of your mat. What that's gonna do is more evenly distribute the weight onto your palm rather than on your wrist. When you have your middle finger pointing towards the top of your mat, sometimes you'll crunch into your fingers, lifting the palm and bringing that much more into the wrist. So just try to externally rotate your arms, bring your palms as flat on your mat as possible. Okay, we move into down dog. Okay, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Adjust your feet, and the way that you know whether your down dog is too long or too short is that you should be able to move from a high plank to downward facing dog without having to move your hands or feet. Okay, so our palms are flat. You want to think tilting your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Have a micro bend in both knees and try to extend through your heels without locking out your knees. This is going to be your downward facing dog. Another cue here to pay attention to, very subtle, is to almost think of an internal rotation of your thighs. It's very subtle, you can't really see it, but just think about internally rotating both legs. Okay, we come back down to tabletop. I want to do downward facing dog one more time. Okay, palms flat. We move into high plank instead of tabletop. Then lift the hips up. Downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out your dog, bend one knee, straighten the other leg. But again, you're tilting your tailbone up. You have an internal rotation in both legs. You're pushing your heels down. They don't have to make contact with the floor. And you're keeping a nice little bend in both knees. Also, you're pressing your chest as close as you can to your thighs. Downward facing dog. My hope is that you learned something and you feel good about your downward facing dog. Thank you so much for your time and your effort, like always. I wish you a beautiful life, my friend. Until the next time I see you, namaste. And if you want to help, like and subscribe, please. Peace.